Here I am with the papaya, and if you have ever opened a papaya, you'll know that it's chock full of seeds.
Howdy doodle 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 do. Howdy doodle 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 do.
Howdy everybody. It's another rainy day here in the wet season, so I'm under the roof, or what we'd say bajo techo in Spanish, with my friend the papaya here, and this is a delicious fruit, the papaya. And I wanted to talk today about how absolutely mesmerized and amazed I am by the ingenuity of Mother Nature and how she manages to spread seeds around, the different seed dispersal mechanisms that Mother Nature uses. For example, in North America there's a tree called the sycamore, and those seeds have like a little wing on the end of it, and when the seeds drop, they behave like helicopters. They go round and round and round, and the wind is able to carry them some distance away from the tree. Now, without that little adaptation, the seeds would only drop near the tree, and most of them wouldn't survive. So that's a dispersal mechanism that ensures that the tree propagates itself, but not just directly below, but in other places. Now, here I am with the papaya, and if you have ever opened a papaya, you'll know that it's chock full of seeds. There may be, I don't know, a couple hundred seeds in here. And the papaya is a fruit, and so Mother Nature has made fruit in such a way that the fruit is really a seed dispersal mechanism. So the idea is that the fruit will drop, animals will come along, or they'll eat it directly off the tree if they can. And either the birds will come and pick through the fruit that's on the floor, on the ground, or other animals will do that. But the idea is that the seed is going to pass through the digestive system of the animal, and in the process is going to disperse. It's going to propagate in a place that is different from where the original tree was. That's the whole purpose of fruit. You might think that fruit was here for humans, but it really isn't. It's a seed dispersal mechanism. So here we have a papaya that, if this papaya is not picked like this one was, this papaya would ripen, it would fall to the ground, it would break open, the birds would come and eat the seeds would pass through the gut of the bird, and that's a necessity for them to germinate. So there's many seeds that are like that have to pass through the digestive system of an animal before they can actually germinate. That's why we put seeds through what is called a scarification process that actually approximates what happens in the stomach of the animal. But and then that seed then is passed through the digestive system, and it moves to a different place. It's moved to a different area where it can germinate. I'm holding here in my hand an avocado seed, or aguacate that we say in Spanish. And let me put this down because it's getting a little heavy. Unlike the papaya, the avocado produces just one seed. And there's other fruit called stone fruit, like peaches and plums and those type of fruit, stone fruit, that also only produce one seed per fruit. Now again, those seeds, the stone fruit has to pass through the digestive system of an animal before it will germinate. If you just you buy a peach in the store, And if you just plant the seed, you're not going to get anything to grow, because it has that outer covering, and you have to get that outer covering off. And typically, passing through the digestive system is what does that of an animal. So, but the avocado doesn't require that. So it doesn't have to pass through the digestive system of an animal in order to germinate. We don't have to scarify this seed, but it's another example of a seed dispersal mechanism. So avocado trees typically grow tall if you allow them to. Most growers don't allow them to grow tall, but they will be a very tall tree, and that helps to disperse the seeds. The branches go way out, and the avocados, when they fall, can be eaten, or they can roll down the hill, or what have you. So another plant that I've talked about, another tree that I've talked about in detail on this channel, is Gliricidia sepium, or Madero Negro. Now that's a member of the legume family that produces like a pea pod, but interestingly enough, the pea pods in Gliricidia sepium just don't kind of sit there. What happens is, as the seed pod matures, it dries out. And because it dries out, it creates tension within the pod. And when the pod is ready, it explodes. It literally explodes. And the seeds are thrown out some distance away from the tree. That's another seed dispersal method that Mother Nature has designed to make sure that seeds wind up being dispersed and propagated in places different than the original tree. Now, why am I saying all this? This may be stuff that you learned in biology class, I don't know, but why am I saying all this? The reason that I'm saying this is because seed companies that sell seeds, in some cases, now I'm not saying with all, there are some very good seed vendors. So let me say that right at the beginning, at the outset. I have nothing against seed vendors. But you really need to think before you buy seeds from certain vendors. For example, there's a vendor, a fruit tree vendor that sells seeds. Some of those seeds will cost anywhere between $6 and $10 for just one seed. And you can buy just one seed. That, in my opinion, is irresponsible by the vendor, because you have a fruit. Hey, Oyama, go down. I have Oyama here, one of our dogs, and she likes attention. Okay, go down. Let me finish. Okay, so one of those seeds, even in the best case scenario, it's a fruit that has several seeds within it. For argument's sake, let's say that fruit typically has between 5 and 10 seeds in it. There's multiple fruits on the tree. So in each of those fruits has between 5 and 10 seeds. So you have to ask yourself the question, why does the tree put so much energy into producing a lot of fruit that also have quite a few seeds? Like the papaya here. Why does the papaya tree put so much energy into producing so many seeds in the fruit? There's a good reason for it. That's because most of the seeds are not going to germinate. They simply don't. The conditions aren't right. There's all kinds of factors involved that lead to a successful germination. So the papaya tree, Mother Nature has designed the papaya tree to produce a lot of seeds, so that maybe only 2, maybe only 3 will actually germinate out of the hundreds that are inside that papaya. And the same thing is true for fruit like apples or oranges and, common type of fruit, pears. They have a few seeds in there, but they have many fruits on the tree. The tree is putting a lot of energy into producing those fruits, okay, and making them tasty so the animals will eat them and eat the seeds and disperse them. But the thing is that even with all of that, most of them are not going to germinate. So my question for you is, why would you pay between $6 and $10 for one seed when you already know what I just told you? The probability that that seed is going to germinate is next to zero. Not very good. So on top of that, you're buying from a seed vendor that usually receives its seeds from other collectors, okay? And then they buy those seeds from a collector. Let's say there's a collector that collects a lot of orange, different types of orange seeds and tangerines and stuff like that. And they'll send those seeds to a seed vendor. The seed vendor will buy the seeds, and then they'll package them up and sell them to you. But obviously, the closer those seeds are to when they were on the tree, when they were ripe and on the tree, the greater the probability that they're going to germinate when you go to plant them. The farther out, the lesser the probability. Now, that's not a one-to-one correspondence. In other words, there's certain trees that 10 years from now you can plant a seed and the seed will germinate. From my perspective, I don't buy a lot of seeds from seed vendors. I do buy some from ones that I have had good experiences with, and they're reputable. I'm not going to mention them here. Again, I don't have anything against the seed vendors. My God, they receive seeds from all over the world. They have to package those seeds. They have to pay the price that the person, the wholesaler or whatever that is selling them the seeds is charging. And so they have to pass that along to you. And so you can understand how you can get a seed that might be rare, might be from a rare fruit, or just might be a seed that's not readily available, and you wind up being charged $6, $7, $8 a seed for that. So if you want to kind of guarantee that you're going to get some that are going to germinate, you're going to have to spend some serious cash ordering, maybe 10 of those seeds, paying $60, $70. And then you still don't have a guarantee that they're going to germinate, because you don't really know how old they are. You don't know how long they've been in the warehouse waiting for you to buy them. And so I try to plant seeds that are available here in the area where I am, so I can get those seeds from other people here in Nicaragua. And I know they're going to be fresh. I know that I'm not paying a middleman or 2 or 3 middlemen that are gathering seeds and selling them to somebody else, and then that person selling them to me. I'm getting them directly from someone. So I try to do that the best that I can. And when I can't do it in Nicaragua, then I try to get them from Costa Rica or from Guatemala, countries that are close to me, so that it makes it easier. I don't buy seed from Europe, for example, or from Southeast Asia, or from the US for that matter. Now, I always am interested in seed, and if anybody wants to send me seed, I'm happy to receive it. And if you're interested in that, you can contact me and I'll give you an address that you can send the seed to, and I'll be very grateful to receive it. So I'm always interested in receiving new seed. But the whole seed economy is one that for me is a little bit questionable. You're paying a good price to get seed that you might be able to get anyway if you just kind of checked around where you are. You might be able to get that seed directly from someone rather than having to send by mail or by the internet or some other way to get the seed. So again, this is not me giving a rant about the evil seed vendors. There's no such thing as an evil seed vendor. My God, you know, they're trying to make a living just like the rest of you. So that's not what it's about. What I'm saying is think before you buy that packet of seed, and you look to see how many seeds are in the packet that you're going to pay your money for. Before you do that, see if you can find out how old the seed is, and then ask yourself the question, my God, you know, what is the probability that this seed is actually going to germinate? And I'm going to even get 1 or 2 plants out of all of this that I might be able to save some seed from and do it that way. Now, I've done that many times, but most of the time, no. So, as I've said many times, if you find the videos here to be beneficial to you or useful in some way, please click the like button. That tells YouTube that people are interested and like the videos, and they suggest them to other people, and that helps me quite a bit. If you like the content of the channel, please consider subscribing. That also helps me. You know, I have under 100 subscribers on the channel, so we're not a big thing like a lot of the YouTube channels are. I'm simply trying to share my experiences and to help people. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.